What's up, Nick? Saying, here we go. Here you go is right. That is the right statement. Here we go. Now, why are we saying here we go today? Why are we saying here we go? Yesterday, we got the news that Bronny James had suffered a cardiac arrest. I made the statement that I prayed for Bronny James and all the other members of his family. I didn't pray for LeBron. And everybody was up in arms. You all, not the majority, were concerned about LeBron more than Bronny. I said I prayed for Bronny because I literally prayed to the Most High, the Creator, for Bronny in his condition, that he would be okay, because that's what my focus was. I chose to eliminate and exclude LeBron from the situation whatsoever, saying I'm not even praying on him. You was, why not LeBron? LeBron needs. That's how y'all was, he needs support right now. He needs people around him. LeBron needs. Y'all took it away from Bronny and made it about LeBron. You totally omit the fact that I said I actually prayed for Bronny, the person who needed the prayer. Your focus was so much on LeBron James. You're not even hearing why I said I excluded him. I said I'm excluding him because of the simple fact I believed his pressure he put on Bronny is a strong factor in what happened. I thought he was putting too much pressure on Bronny, and it was in videos prior to this. Prior. So I've already stated this about a month ago. Even Outlaw came and told y'all the name of the video because he remembers it, because he be in my live stream. And brother said, okay, I see why you didn't do it, but the focus is on Bronny and him getting better. The majority still was focused on LeBron and think it has something to do with basketball. This had nothing to do with basketball. If that was any other athlete, you would have prayed. No, if any other athlete would have done what LeBron James has done, I would have said the exact same thing. See, that's you making a projection on what you think I would say based on how you think. You would be affected by that because fandom blinds you. You can't separate fandom from reality and treat these people like regular human beings, like I do. I've been in the presence of these superstars. I don't get different. I stay the same because to me, they're people. Now, that's what I was saying. To clarify to people, I felt he put pressure on LeBron. Now, in hindsight, looking back, I probably should have prayed for LeBron. Somebody else had put it in the chat, and I agreed with what they said. I should have prayed for LeBron. I should have prayed that LeBron learned from this, that he has an understanding that putting too much pressure on a child so he doesn't do it with Bryce or continuously do it in the future, to put so much pressure on his child because something like this could happen, because he casts a much bigger shadow than any other father rooting for their child. So I should have prayed for him to have an understanding that he learned. That's what I should have done. But in that moment, I'm upset about the situation because I've already known and already stated he was putting too much pressure on Bronny, in my opinion. You guys took all the attention away from Bronny and made it about LeBron. Me not praying for LeBron. You're better than this. Where's your morals? My morals is intact. That's why my focus was on the person who needed the prayers. You guys look at me and said, well, he don't like LeBron as a basketball player, so this is about him not liking LeBron as a basketball player. That's what this is about. You've made that assumption. That was far from the truth. Far from it. Mm-hmm. But all right. My thing was based on the actual watching the situation play out. This guy was putting a lot of pressure on Bronny. I saw it play out. Now I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about. LeBron goes on the court, starts coaching his son. Then, not only that, he's telling the coaches what they should be doing, walking on the court, getting the referee to change calls. Then he comes out on the court and start playing basketball. Then he's throwing the ball at his wife. This becomes the LeBron James show. So you're taking it, that's his son. What does that matter? A lot of parents' sons are out there on the court. Do you see any other parents doing this? No. They're not. They're not taking these moments away from their children. I'm not mad about that. I'm upset about the pressures that he's putting on his son. I've been watching it. You think kids don't know? You think kids don't see it? Kids see it. Kids see it. That they even target LeBron. Look, this kid hits a game winner on LeBron's son's team. He points right at LeBron. Boom, for you. Right there. Now, Bronny comes back the next game, they play him, and he hit a game winner. And look, LeBron right there. Yeah, that's right. Get him for me. You know, you are not part of the game, sir. You're not. See? You're too involved in kids' business. That's why they're targeting you. They didn't point at Bronny. He pointed right at LeBron when he hit a game winner. People don't like the hard truth. They don't like facts. They like and enjoy being lied to. I'm not that person. I'm somebody who tell it like it is. If this was Isaiah Lloyd Thomas III doing this with Lil Zeke and was on him like this and doing stealing the spotlight from him and all of these things, right? You know, I would have a problem with that. I would definitely have a problem with that. Everyone, there's no control to damage. I'm saying the very same thing I said yesterday. Except for I should have probably, in hindsight, prayed for him to have an understanding that he learned from this about applying so much pressure on his child that he pulled back off the reins. And let the kids be kids. You know, if you don't make the NBA, it's okay. But it's about him. It's always been about him. See, I know that because I know the narcissistic personality. I need to be on the floor with my boy. I gotta be on the floor with Bronny. You see, this ain't me. This is in January. I need to be on the floor with my boy. I gotta be on the floor with Bronny. You see what I'm saying? Now, what other parent is saying this? Now, you're putting a lot of pressure on Bronny to make it, as a lot of teams are just saying just before this incident happened, he might be going in the second round. That's what I'm saying. Most of these people who are mad at me didn't even pray for Bronny. That's the sad part. They didn't even pray for Bronny. They just upset that people are pointing out what LeBron has been doing in the past. So they like, yo, you just trying to go viral. I'm trying to go viral. I said this weeks ago. That didn't go viral. How am I making stuff up? And I'm showing you. If I'm showing you just now, so how am I making it up if I'm just showing you? You're seeing it visually. He's out on the court. He's yelling at referees on the court, telling them to change calls. He's telling the coaches what plays they should do. Michael Jordan never did that with his children. He never went up to the coach. You need to be doing this. Look at this play here. I've run this play in the NBA. We need to be doing. No. He never said, I need to play with my sons in the league. Trying to force teams to take his son. You know why you ain't gonna see it on nobody else's channel. Everybody is scared to say the truth. Everybody else ain't gonna say that. Now, people out there don't even know what happened. We all don't. Because they're not going to give you the information. I told you that yesterday. The incident happened on Monday. We were informed on Tuesday. Because this is a child. To y'all keep saying, he's not a kid no more. Yeah, well, until the university he is. So you have a student confidentiality. They don't reveal anything unless they're ready for you to know it. When they're ready for you to know it, then they'll present it to you. Now, everyone in here is convinced, well, I won't say everyone in here, the majority of the people keeps mentioning the jab. That's all I kept hearing about is jab, 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 jab. To people have built conspiracy theories all about this person, and this is 100% the reason of what's going on. And nobody knows. You don't even know if he took it. You don't. G5. I need the Most High. And we all need him. Especially in this day and age. Now, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. Exactly. Very, very interesting point, Mr. Wild. If that was the case, and this is the jab's fault, wouldn't there be a lot more players just dropping? It wouldn't be two. No, Bronny's not your average individual. I'm quite sure there were health checks. He goes to a very different doctor. He don't go to the doctor we go to. They have a personal doctor. They have a family doctor who they trust, who's been in their family probably since they've been born. They don't have the same doctors that you and I would have. Involving athletes, right? Okay. I've been watching college basketball. How many of them are having cardiac arrest? How many 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds? I'm not saying it couldn't have played a factor, but when you have the amount of stress put on you by that guy because of who your father is, and he doesn't make it any better when he's always in the press talking about, I got to play with Bronny in the NBA before I retire. I have to be on the floor with my boy. I have to. And you're walking out on the court in the layup line, shooting basketball, coaching the game, arguing with his coaches about the game. You know, you're overbearing. You're stepping over the line from being a supportive parent to an overbearing parent. And you cast a big shadow. You're not just some parent. You're LeBron James. You scored the most points in NBA history. You're not just a player, you're a celebrity. You control the media to write about your son. Your Clutch Sports hired clients go on ESPN and start ranting and raving about Bronny and coming up with comments about him and Bronny's this and Bronny's that. You're putting all this pressure and target on him because what are the other kids going to think when they run into Bronny? When they play him, they want to embarrass him. They want to come after him. And the real number one players and prospects in high school, when he run up against them, it's a difference. And then they still fight a way to write around that and make Bronny the star when he really wasn't. And you've applied all that pressure on your son. You did that. And I pointed it out, what's already there, but because of fandom, well, not you, but the majority of you chose to ignore it and want to get mad at me. There you go. Yeah, let's go out on the court. Let's tell the coach what he needs to do. Yeah. Let's tell the referee to change the call and get it done. Let's go out on the court and start shooting basketball. Yeah, all the parents get to do this. Right? This is what they do as a parent. He's all involved in the game. And these other kids, they see this. And they know how unfair this is. And then it leads to stuff like this. They hit a game winner over Bronny's team, and they point right at LeBron. You. Then Bronny comes back, hits a game winner on that team. And Bronny's right there. Yeah, there you go. Get him back. So these younger players on the other team, they know who they pointing at. LeBron. Because he's all in the videos. All involved in high school games. Not as a parent, as somebody who's living his life through Bronny. But he's not living vicariously if he's out there doing it. He's trying to relive that moment again. I'm not mad. I'm mad that he put that pressure on Bronny when the poor kid probably don't want it. But yeah, I don't know who this kid is, but whatever the problem is, he pointed right at LeBron. He pointed right to their bench after hitting the game winner over Bronny, and he turned to LeBron and pointed, said, you the reason this is happening. You. Stay out of kids' business. Let these kids be kids. You can support them like all these other parents are. See how they in the stands? Stay your ass in the stands. Bronny came back and played the same team, and he hit a game winner. And Brian was so pumped up for it. And that's cool. Stay on the sidelines. Stay on the sidelines. Stanley, you're wrong for this. Stanley, I disagree. Yes, he's there for his son. Yes, LeBron loves his son. But he's making it more about himself than it is for Bronny. He comes there and becomes a spectacle when he's there. He shows up and starts taking over. Normally people stay away. Michael Jordan would never sit on the sidelines. That's not going to happen. LeBron wants to coach his son. Then he wants to get in there, tell the coach what to do. Tell the referee he needs to make a call walking on the court. Then he want to go out there and shoot ball during timeouts. Then he wants to throw the ball at his wife when she's walking by. You see what I'm saying? But y'all keep making excuses for this. Y'all make excuse for this behavior. Y'all think it's cool. Now, if Michael Jordan had done this, no. Michael Jordan would not have done it, and he didn't do it. And he had two sons that played, just like LeBron. Michael Jordan sat in the back. He sat in the back. He didn't even come on the court. Because he knows he carries a big shadow. He said, I don't want to put the pressure on them to go to the NBA. Do you know Michael Jordan's nephew plays basketball? Did y'all even know his nephew played basketball? Yeah, his sister's son plays ball. In high school, he plays at Davidson Day. Did you know that Michael Jordan goes to his games? Look where Jordan's at. All the way in the back, in the corner, with his wife at his nephew's game. You see what? That's support. That's saying, I'm not finna let them put any pressure saying, oh, Michael Jordan's nephew, I'm gonna sit all the way in the back, but I'm gonna be here for you. I'm in the back. You go out and do your thing. Look at Ja. Ja come out there, he gets all into it, and he sits on the sideline where his sister plays. That's that new age. But see, this is what we talk about. Now, the same mindset I was telling you about is what Michael Jordan just illustrated. Like Michael Jordan said, I'm not going to put pressure. I know who I am in the world. So why would I put that pressure on my children? Because the world is going to already put pressure on them and compare them to me. So I have to prepare them for that and say it's not fair to them. They don't get a chance to be kids, so I don't want my shadow, so I don't want to be sitting by the court side where all the attention's on me and not the kids. Let them have their moments with their friends and everything and go through those experiences like I had. When I played, the focus was on me because when the player's on the court, there's other parents there to see their children. Oh, it's a super thunderstorm out here. There was other parents there to see their children, not to have the attention and spotlight taken away from their whole child's performance by what LeBron did as an antic during halftime of their high school game. LeBron goes and do a dunk, and that's all they talk about. LeBron went and did a dunk at the high school game today. LeBron is so silly. And you make that the spectacle when all these parents now, instead of them talking about their child and what their child has done, because this is their moment, you want to hijack that. And y'all don't seem to have a problem with any of it. That means you're blinded by fandom. All right. So I came with visual proof to back up what I was talking about. I wasn't just making things up because I don't like LeBron as a basketball player. No, he cast a really big shadow over Bronny. And it's all about him. It's not about Bronny. And that's the problem. He makes it about him. He's not saying I need to play with my son because this is good for Bronny. No, it's all about him. His ego and his pushing and pushing and pushing. All this pressure he was putting on Bronny. And I could see it. And people told me Bronny's a great kid. He is the polar opposite of LeBron. He don't even look like LeBron. He look like his mother. But when you start saying things like this, his quote, I need to be on the floor with my boy. I got to be on the floor with Bronny. LeBron told ESPN in January. You see that? That's an exact quote. I need. You see that? So I ain't making nothing up, buddy. I need to be on the floor with my boy. I got to be on the floor with my boy. And why does he saying I need? Because he want to go and get another invisible stat. We'll be the first father and son to be on the court since Ken Griffey and his father did it. He's thinking about some record books of something that ain't even a record. We'll be the first father and son to play together in the NBA. It's all about him. Don't y'all wake up? Can you see it? Can you step out of your fandom for a minute and see how sick that is? I need to be on the floor with my boy. Really? There's plenty of fathers who think they should be on the floor with their boy. Yeah, he wants to catch. He want to not catch. He want to do what Ken Griffey and his father did in baseball. That's his only goal. That's his only reason for trying to push Bronny into the NBA. Shaq's son, didn't he have a heart problem? Didn't they find out he had the same type of situation that he was born with when they did extensive tests? Shaquille O'Neal's son. Right? No, Brian, don't do it. Don't do it, Brian. Don't do it. It's the same thing I said yesterday, buddy. Now you just have visual. You see, that's how programming works. They program you all the time with all this nonsense, and you don't even know you're being programmed. You was all quickly defensive, and your brain automatically goes to a target point. If I said LeBron this, you'll bring up something with Michael Jordan, and I'll be like, why you bring up Michael Jordan? No one said his name. And then you go, well, I'll just, because you said this about LeBron. Why? So that automatically means Michael Jordan is the next name to come up? Did it ever occur to you that I don't think Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time? But if you talk to any LeBron fan and you say anything about LeBron, they're going to bring up Michael Jordan. Then next they'll bring up Kobe. They'll bring it up. You won't even have to. Why? Because that's what they show you on TV every day. They show the comparisons. So everybody in their brain cells automatically goes to that. They brain take them there. They go straight to Michael Jordan and talk about him to try to protect LeBron. And you don't even bring his name up. That's programming. No, he was just pushing his son to get. He was pushing. The White House was pushing his son to push, teaching his son to push. That's not a problem for that. There's no problem with that whatsoever. If you want to get your son to push, to do something, that's not the problem. When you want to push and push him and make him drive and give him that inspiration to keep going, not to just quit at the first notice of, I don't like the way this is going, I quit. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Now to do it in front of the world, now that's different. That's what I'm about. Dignity in class. And LeBron showed none of it. He showed vanity. Now, going back to what LeBron said, I see those kids and it brings me back to where I play. Those kids get me back to where I need to be. Should I repeat? I see those kids and it brings me right back to where I play. Those kids get me back to where I need to be. Me. Don't you see that? Me. those kids get me. I need to be. How is that for Bronny? How is that for Bronny? Or Bryce? How is that for them? It's all about him. Do you think a father would say something like that? It's about legacy. And don't be stupid. Sylvia, once again, you're just like the people we're talking about. You're speaking. Hey, peace to you, Blunt Dog. Yeah, of course it's selfish. It's all about him. And this is part of the personality that I believe putting a lot of pressure on Bronny led to this situation. I mentioned it in a video. I just did it weeks ago. So it's not alien for me. So when you see this guy hogging the attention and hogging the spotlight from his son, shooting basketball in the layup lines and doing all that craziness, Michael Jordan never done that with his own children. But look at your boy LBJ. Bronny's trying to have his moment. He calls him over there, want to tell him how to play the game. He got a coach for that. But that ain't good enough. From the jump ball, he's telling that's Bronny's coach. He's telling him what plays to run. He made the referee change a call. Then during timeouts, he want to go shoot hoops. Then he want to shoot for the fans. Then he want to throw the ball at his wife. This dude is making it all about him, taking the attention away from the kids and the other parents who's there to see their children. It's all about him taking up the attention. What's up, Ant? And look, the other kids know it from other teams. They see it, so they want to go after Bronny. So the guy hits a game winner on Bronny, and he goes right to LeBron. You. Yeah. They tired of it. Bronny comes back, hits one on them, then Bron goes off. Drama. Are you losing your mind? I'm tearing somebody down who's helping children and big. What children is he helping? What are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. What movie are you talking about? What children is he helping? Yeah, he pointed at LeBron because LeBron be all in their business. So when he hit that game winner, he pointed right at Bron. See, these kids know. You know what I'm saying? The people in the high schools, the parents, those guys, they all talk. They sick of seeing LeBron James in their game, talking to the coaches, yelling at the referees. It's like, dude, stay in the stands. Don't come out here. You've had your time, old man. Sit back and enjoy the show. Stop trying to be part of it. That's the problem. Look at Jordan. Look at MJ. MJ is all the way in the back. His nephew is playing. That's Jordan's nephew. So they put all the pressure on him. That's his sister's son. And where Mike at? Mike go to support the game. Where's Mike? All the way in the back. Where he always sit. In the back, so can't nobody see him. They can only see the players on the court. He there with his wife to see the game and show support. But he's sitting out in the back, away from the attention. This is how you're supposed to do it. LeBron, this is how it's supposed to be done. You stay away. Let the kids have their moments. They already got enough pressure from being your child. They don't need you adding additional pressure on them. I tried to tell people this yesterday, but they blinded by Fandom and made it all about LeBron and didn't make it about Bronny whatsoever. And act like they didn't understand what I was saying yesterday. You're hateful, LeBron. No, I didn't make it anything about basketball. This has nothing to do with basketball. This is about ego and narcissistic personality. One guy can't let go of the spotlight and it's all about him. I just showed you all the evidence on the subject right here. You saw and heard his quotes. We read them here together, and you still sitting here and talking this nonsense. Sylvia, did you not see the quote? Sylvia, are you blind? You still talking like it's basketball, Sylvia. I'm talking about this moment in time. You talking about Michael Jordan as a basketball player, me rooting for the Pistons. What does that have to do with this? Can you stay focused and focus on what's at hand? I'm bringing this up because Michael Jordan is known as one of the greatest players of all time. One of the biggest names in the world when it comes to the sport of basketball. Wouldn't you agree with that? This is Michael Jordan. His name holds more weight than LeBron James. And you see what he does when he goes to the games? This is the same thing he did when both his sons played. He wasn't arguing with coaches. He wasn't trying to get the referee to change calls. He sat all the way in the back and watched his sons play. And if they make it, good. If they don't, that's fine also. He's not going to put additional pressure on them to have to get to the NBA. I need to play with my boys. You can play with your boys at home. That's your ego. That's that guy's ego. LeBron has a problem. And it's sad that something like this had to happen. Yeah, they delusional. Now, Sylvia sat here the whole time, saw all of this that we just laid out, ignored every bit of what she just saw to continuously follow the same thing. And she ain't alone. The other people will do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Right. It shouldn't be about LeBron. It should have only been about Bronny. No, you turning into ESPN. I need to be on the floor with my boy. I gotta be on the floor with Bronny. LeBron. Bronny was a McDonald's All-American basketball player, averaging 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Have you seen another McDonald's All-American player average those numbers? And you don't think he casts a big shadow of trying to pull his son into the NBA for his own benefit? I see those kids and it brings me right back to where I play. Those kids get me back to where I need to be. He wants to make Ken Griffey and his father. He wants that. Like, that's another record for me. That's what he cares about. Breaking records that's not even a record. Most points on a Thursday night in July. Things that are not even in the record book. People's stats nobody in the hell is even playing for. That's what they do. And they try to honor him. Didn't he try to coach AAU this whole summer for attention? Didn't he run out there trying to coach? And all the AAU coaches said he can't do that? So you think the parents wasn't calling out Bron James? They just did it earlier this summer when he's sitting there trying to coach AAU without taking any of the classes, anything. He just walk out there and decide he gonna coach because he LeBron James. You can't do that. So the parents and the coaches were complaining, hey, you can't allow this to happen. This is not legal. Did I make one video about LeBron James coaching AAU? I did not. So if I was about clicks and hits and views, I would have done that, right? I said I'm not going to give him what he wants. He wants attention. He wants people to start talking about him. So I didn't do it. I didn't make one video about LeBron James coaching AAU. I barely spoke on him all summer. People asked me, people kept sending me the videos saying, look at Bron, look at Bron. And I said, I see him. I'm just not saying that. Exactly. Health comes before sports. Focus on your children's health. This could, this could be the Creator, the Most High, the Lord, the Almighty. Sending him a wake-up call. But I should have prayed for LeBron to have an understanding. That's what I should have done. That's the only difference from yesterday to today. I would have prayed that LeBron that he learns from this. And how this could have went another way. I pray that he understands the difference between being a supportive parent and an overbearing one. I pray that he learns to let these children be children and let them go through their own experiences on their own. I pray he has that wisdom. Now, some of these people that's in the comment section are just mean-spirited human beings. You don't do that, sir. A child having a cardiac arrest is not a joke. I don't play with that. Nobody else do. I mean, you can be funny, but that's not something you be funny with. At all. So that's not even accepted over here, sir. Now you just trolling. We don't make fun of a child having a cardiac arrest. That is definitely not something you do. Under any circumstance. That will never be tolerated on this side. No, I don't love a child. Who would love a child having a cardiac arrest? Who would love that? That is insane. No, we don't. Mm-hmm. No. Right, trolls would say something stupid like that just to get some attention. But that's what happens in this world. We're surrounded by stupidity. Right, I saw a movie, The Sound of Freedom. Well, that's the thing. You see, I would never say talent skips a generation. That's something other people said. Other people might be talented at different things. Who knows? Bronny's talent might be in graphic design, might be in art, might be in literature. We don't know. Rage man, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's because of fandom. They fandom for LeBron. They're not even thinking about Bronny. Their whole thing is about protecting LeBron. Mm-hmm. Well, that's a sad thing to say. I guess I'm glad I don't eat cupcakes. I'm eating oatmeal raisins. Oatmeal raisin cookies is good for you, and it's good for your digestive system. It gives you fiber. And I'm drinking that with a cup of milk. Right, those are homemade too. No added anything. Yes, I shop at a farmer's market. Yes, on the Patreon, we really went all in. We gave you the Nas and Jay-Z thing yesterday. We concluded it with something even more devastating, with the things you didn't know that we couldn't put in that video. That was monumental. So there's an additional 20 minutes that you didn't know about that's on the Patreon. And they never gonna tell you about it. But it is all facts. Whatever happened to finding a love that you and a passion that you're passionate about and people supporting that? Exactly. Oh, Bobby, I have a video coming out about Magic 2. I'm finally ready to make my review of the album after listening with it for a couple of days. I've been riding to it and listening to it. So now I feel I've explained this enough, and hopefully we got to some type of resolution. Mm-hmm. People just sometimes they speak before they think, and they don't know what they sound like to the rest of the world. And it's like people who are not caught in this program, the matrix. See me, I don't fall for the program. I'm somebody who's oblivious to it. And some people are born gifted like that, where it don't work. Those kids they consider special, and they try to ostracize them. They try to weed those one out right away. Some of them eliminated, taken out, hooked them on drugs, anything. Because those are special people. They're gifted. And they can block out, they see the nonsense right away. They even made a movie about it, based on real life, called Divergent. And they had all these people in these factions, right? And they figure out which faction you belong in based on these tests. But when you see the tests and they're not making any sense to you, and you're going through these tests, and as you're going through the tests, they can't place you anywhere because you can see all of these traps laid out and you know it for what it really is. And you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be brainwashed like everyone else. Why isn't it working on you? So then they turn those masses against you, those who have been brainwashed. I had a person tell me LeBron is the greatest player of all time because that's what they say on ESPN. He said, well, they say it on TV. I don't really watch basketball that much, but I guess he's pretty good. Because they keep talking about him. They say he's the greatest of all time or something. I've never really seen him play. Seen a couple games maybe, but I guess he's the best or something, like he's better than Michael Jordan or something like that. I don't think so. He doesn't even watch basketball like that. But his mind is programmed because that's what he hears over and over again. I don't know what Bronny's going to do right now. That is not my concern. My main concern is him getting better, healing, recovering. Most young people who survive this normally bounce back a lot quicker. But you want to make sure he's taking the right tests to find out what caused it. We're never going to get the answer. So don't expect it. You're never going to get the answer. They don't have to provide any information to you because, it's confidentiality with students' health conditions. They don't have to tell you anything. This happened on Monday. We didn't know till Tuesday. Yeah, I keep seeing Damar Hamlin mentioned, Jamie Foxx mentioned. These situations I don't believe, are related. Damar Hamlin's situation was the result of a helmet hit to the chest. That was like a 1 in 2 million. It's just that he was hit at the right moment and time where his heart was starting to beat, and it knocked it off rhythm and put him in a cardiac arrest and caused his heart to just stop. Yes, David Peters called idiocracies. I mean, she's a mother, of course. I would want him out too. I mean, if that was my child, he's not playing again. That's out. I mean, but that's too quick to make that decision. But I would say, well, let's run him through some tests to make sure. But as of right now, he's going to sit out for a while. He's going to at least sit out a year. I'm not putting my son back out there. Your life means more to me than you going to the NBA or anything like that. No. Yeah. I definitely mentioned it a year ago. I mean, people just saying a bunch of insensitive
You want
things.
somebody to really stick with you?
They were saying a lot of insensitive stuff. They kept saying, um, They're cloning him right now. All kind of. It's just you would be amazed what people do now. They have no empathy, no real feelings for anything. They just troll, troll, troll. That's what it's all about. Well, you got to think about it. What is the main problem that you see in this world today? No, I don't really see it that way. No, the main problem with these people is they just have no compassion. They haven't even thought about Bronny. They can care less. All they care about, right, all they care about is doing the stuff they doing right now. Hmm. Well, that's what I'm saying. Thanks, Felton. Everybody should be praying that Bronny gets well. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. make it about Bronny. You know, hopefully he get better and he could recuperate and get back to where he needed to be. And I ain't talking about on a basketball court. I'm talking about where he needs to be in life. No. Oh, Bud Crawford just liked my message I sent him. I normally don't send messages before the fight. Mm-hmm. No. No, I don't really see it that way. I don't want to make a claim that mm-hmm. No, they don't show. What's up, Mr. Bailey? They don't seem to show a lot of the concerns, even in the comment section. They just like, oh, I'm just trolling. Like, it's cool to say disrespectful things and say Le Cardiac James. That's way, way too far, bro. You can't sit there and say disrespectful things to an 18-year-old kid having a cardiac arrest. I mean, I don't even see that's funny in no way, shape, or form. That's not funny, bro. That's mad disrespectful. So the moderators took that down. I mean, they doing a great job. Because that should have been taken down. Mm-hmm. Well, people play a lot of internet games. They'll disrespect your mother. They'll say all these different things about your life, your family, and everything else. Right? That's because they fake. I mean, look at Gilly. Gilly lost his son, and you saw like people like Hassan Campbell use this as an opportunity to take shots at Gilly the Kid's son. Where's the morals? I didn't even make a video on it because that's what he wants. He wants people to spread the attention, of him doing something like that. Right? They nothing can happen. Now they trying to say his son was a sacrifice after signing a deal. This was part of an Illuminati. Y'all just don't have any compassion for people anymore. People just everything's a meme. Well, no, I don't know any lawyers that would help in that situation. I don't know where you from or anything of that nature. So I'm quite sure there's lawyers in that field you could look up and find that could represent you. Because it's about Bronny, and hoping he recovers and gets better. It's not about all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. No, when you pay for attention, you get just the attention you pay for, right? There's a lot of people out here that that are caught in a world where they don't care. They want you to not be able to think. They want you to be followers. They don't want you to have a mind of your own. Follow. That's what you need to do. Just follow. Right? You think it's a coincidence that the majority of our young African American women think ratchet and just perverted and just nasty? You think that's a coincidence? Do you think it's a coincidence that these so-called people are acting as all civilized and thinking that that's the way we act when it's not the truth? While they were doing all that stuff, we never used to do. We start acting, trying to act like them, and they wanted to do what we were doing. We were the ones going up on Easter Sunday, dressed up, suit and tie, dressed up to the T. Family all dressed up in suits. That was us. They weren't dressed up in suits. We were dressed up in suits. We go out somewhere, we had to be dressed up. Parents made sure we was gonna be dressed and ready to go. Button up. Look at it now. They dress like they fell out of bed. That's how they used to dress. Sloppy. We were the clean cut. We were so clean cut. Our grandparents, they were the nannies, they were the housekeepers because we were cleanly. We're the cleanly people. You see, they come out with stuff like Febreze. That ain't for brothers. They don't even want you to wash your clothes. Just spray it with Febreze and go outside. Be like, huh? Febreze ain't for brothers. Just Febreze it and go. So I'm gonna spray this good spray on with the funk. This and just go outside. But now we are dressing like that. We're acting like that. No, like I said, like when we was coming up, shoot, the lotion was for everybody in the house. So if you had lotion, that was like unique. But you had to have that good lotion. Oh, this like cheap lotion they got, you be ashy in about another half hour. We had Vaseline and baby oil and cocoa butter. See, cocoa butter lasts better. We've gotten away from using cocoa butter. See, cocoa butter was more natural for our skin. Oh, Vaseline and baby oil was all purpose, baby. Baby oil was used to shine shoes, everything. The Vaseline on your arms and your lips, that was before Carmex. That was the Carmex. Put some Vaseline on your lips. Vaseline and baby oil in the hair, keep the hair slick. Yeah, you would think I was built like what you said, freezing, till you realize I wasn't. So we made things work. There was no Mr. Bubble. Mr. Bubble was cool for the commercials, but if we wanted Mr. Bubble, we had dishwashing liquid. And you had the kick. And then you got bubbles in the tub. Wasn't no Mr. Bubble. That's your Mr. Bubble. Matter of fact, do these dishes while you in there. Do your dishes. Do the dishes while you in there. Shoot. That's what it was. No, they wasn't playing no games back then. I'm gonna go to the Chicago Bears workout facility. Go in there and work out. Get my hanging and banging on. Yeah, I'm around the corner from the Chicago Bears. Like the Bears players live by me. You think it's a joke? I'm dead serious. The Chicago Bears players live right by me. You can't have any type of individuality and think it's going to mean something when it comes to the National Basketball Association. I mean, seriously, you really can't. The National Basketball Association is going to suffer moving forward because of the actions of Adam Silver and them changing the format of the league. If the league was prospering and flourishing, they wouldn't be making these drastic changes, talking about all these tournaments and all these fake trophies and stuff like that. The league isn't flourishing. That lets you know it isn't. Because if the league was flourishing, what the hell would we need to change anything for? Do you see the NFL making changes? No. Why? Because the league is flourishing. They trying to get more games. The NBA is thinking maybe we should play less. It's just not feasible. You're not going to be able to play 10 less games a season and then be able to pay out these type of contracts and then try to get all NBA. Soon you're going to start seeing all NBA fourth teams. That's coming. Just wait. Just wait. There's just too many players. Right? No. Start your own league. You can't start your own league. Where are you going to get the money? You have the money to get it started. Where's your network distribution? You're going to want it on TV, right? Who are you going to work with? Who are you going to have to deal with? Right? How are you going to, where the facilities you're going to have the games? Do you have enough money for air travel to move people from place to place? Right? Coaches, training staff, then the media. It's going to be a mess. Then you're going to be in competition with the National Basketball Association, who has the resources to stifle anything that you're doing. See, the thing is, you have to be prepared, and people have to be unified for that. Everybody's too much individuals to even think in the mindset of the greater good in the bigger picture. It's all about me, I, mine, mine. So they keep you in that mindset when every other nationality don't think like that, because they know that's not a successful way to think. Me, mine. This is mine, that's yours. And that's why the family don't go anywhere. That's why the people don't go anywhere. They made you distrust your own. Where everyone else is unified. Hispanics, unified. Asians, unified. Whites, unified. Indians, anywhere you want to go. Blacks, oh no. Not unified at all. And they don't want to have us unified. Because if we unify, everybody's in trouble. Shoot. Brother he'll go grab a East Pakistani and be like, what is this Negro doing in here? Get him out. Swear to God, man, it'd be crazy as hell out here. Unify with what? What you mean with what? You don't need anything to unify. We didn't have anything when we were unified in the 50s, 30s, the 1800s, and we all knew our situation. So we were unified, period, by standing with each other and stop trying to cut each other's throat because we knew what we had a greater enemy in front of us that didn't want us to succeed. So I ain't finna try to cut you down. That ain't gonna help me get up there just because I cut you down. We gonna have to build together in order to have something. That's how Black Wall Street got together. They didn't want to have any inclusion with us. And we said, great. And we was thriving on our own. They said, wait a minute. No, we got to stop all that. How they get to do all that? And they created a lie to come over there and try to destroy and basically tear down Black Wall Street. Because it was thriving. Of course, not now. We don't, because we've been brainwashed to be separated. We've been brainwashed and conditioned. They've weakened your minds to think differently. More than any other nationality. They weaken you as people. They keep you afraid, isolated, put into different groups that you don't fit in, believing their narratives, questioning your own people's narratives. Use media and propaganda to lie. Mm-hmm. Well, people have to make a decision down the road. Um, no, I really believe um, people are not who they say they are, and that's the main problem in society and everything. People pretend to be something that they're not all the time instead of trying to just look at me instead of let's build together and look at us. See, when we were coming up, it was about family. You had the Jones, the Davises, the Browns, the Killingsworths, the Hawkins, the Smiths, the Johnsons, the Thompsons, the Sawyers. These was all the families, you know, each area. It wasn't no individual. It was the family. There go them Hawkins, there them Williams, there them Sawyers. You know, it was the family. It was all about the family. Look at us as a family. Look at them. Not look at him. Look at me. Individual. You see, it was about the family. Yeah, I know. But I need to get up, get some work done. So I'll definitely holler at y'all a little later. Deuces.